Marco stared at the phone. It felt heavy in his hand, like a brick. He had dialed the number, but he was praying that nobody would answer. Please go to voicemail, he thought. Please go to voicemail. His throat hurt. His head was pounding. He needed a doctor. But the idea of speaking to a receptionist, a fast-talking, busy, impatient receptionist, was more terrifying than the fever itself. Marco panicked. He didn't understand. Did she say hello? Did she say goodbye? Why was there jazz music playing? His heart started to race. He didn't know what to say when the music stopped. So, he did the only thing he could think of. He pressed the red button. He hung up. But before we find out if Marco ever gets the medical help he needs. Hello, friends. I am glad you are here. Today, we are going to face a very common fear. In this episode, you will learn English by listening to the story of Marco, a student living in London who has to do something very difficult, making a phone call to a doctor. Speaking on the phone is hard. Speaking on the phone when you are sick is even harder. We will practice listening to fast speech, managing a conversation, and booking an appointment. To help you, we are going to focus on 3 specific power words that you will need for this situation: symptom, urgent, and availability. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Let's help Marco make that call. Marco woke up on a Tuesday morning feeling terrible. The sky outside his window in London was grey and rainy, matching exactly how he felt inside. When he tried to swallow, it felt like he had swallowed broken glass. His forehead was hot to the touch. He knew he couldn't go to his English class today. He needed to see a doctor. He opened his laptop and searched for doctors near me. He found a clinic called City Central Medical. It had good reviews, but it looked busy. He found the phone number, wrote it down on a piece of paper, and stared at it. Marco had telephobia. This is not a formal medical term, but many language learners have it. It is the fear of talking on the telephone. When you speak face-to-face, you can see gestures. You can see smiles. But on the phone, you are blind. You only have your ears. Marco drank a glass of water, but his throat still hurt. He knew he had no choice. He picked up his phone and dialed the number. As we heard earlier, the first time he called, he hung up. He was too nervous. But now, the pain in his throat was getting worse. He needed to be brave. He decided to prepare. He grabbed a pen and a notebook. He wrote a script. Hello. My name is Marco. I am sick. I need an appointment. It was simple. It was clear. He felt ready. He dialed the number again. City Central Medical, Brenda speaking. How can I help you? This time, the receptionist didn't put him on hold. She was waiting for an answer. Marco looked at his script. Hello, Marco said, his voice scratchy and weak. I would like to make an appointment to see a doctor, please. Okay, Brenda said fast. Have you been to this clinic before? Are you a registered patient? Marco paused. He processed the question. Registered. That means, is he on their list? Yes, Marco said. I came last year for a. He forgot the word for checkup. For a general visit. Okay, name? Marco Rossi. Date of birth? May 12, 1998. Okay, Mr. Rossi, I have your file up, Brenda said. What seems to be the problem today? What are your symptoms? Marco froze. He knew the word symptom, but in his feverish state, his mind went blank. He tried to think of the English words for his pain. Let me rephrase that for you. When I say, his mind went blank, I mean he suddenly couldn't think of anything. It was like his brain was an empty whiteboard. He forgot his vocabulary. I have pain, Marco stammered. In my neck inside. And I am hot. Okay, sore throat and fever, Brenda translated effortlessly. And how long have you had these symptoms? Since this morning, Marco said. All right, Brenda said. Her voice became a little more serious. Do you have any difficulty breathing? Is this urgent? Marco thought about it. Could he breathe? Yes. Was he dying? No. He just felt miserable. No, Marco said. It is not an emergency. But it hurts a lot. Okay, Brenda said. The typing sound continued. Let me check the doctor's availability. Marco waited. The silence on the phone was scary. He imagined Brenda shaking her head. He imagined her saying, sorry, come back next year. Well, Brenda said, Dr. Evans is fully booked this morning. His next availability is at 4:15 p.m. today. Or, I can put you in with the nurse practitioner at 11 a.m. She can prescribe medication too. Which do you prefer? Marco's brain struggled to catch up. She gave him two choices. Option A, doctor. 4:15 p.m. Wait a long time. Option B, nurse. 11 a.m. Go soon. He didn't know what a nurse practitioner was. Was it a real doctor? He wanted to ask, but he didn't want to be annoying. He didn't want to slow Brenda down. He hesitated. The silence stretched out. Mr. Rossi. Are you there? Brenda asked sharply. Marco is stuck between two choices. While he decides, let's press pause and look at those three power words that Brenda used. These are essential for any medical phone call. Word number 1, symptom. A symptom is a physical or mental feature that indicates a condition of disease. It is what is wrong with you. Examples of symptoms are headache, fever, cough, or nausea. Example sentence: the doctor asked me to describe my symptoms before he examined me. Word number 2, urgent. This means requiring immediate action or attention. If something is urgent, it cannot wait. It is serious. Example sentence: please call the hospital immediately, it is an urgent situation. Word number 3, availability. This refers to the time when someone is free to see you. It comes from the word available. If a doctor has no availability, they have no free time. Example sentence: I wanted an appointment on Friday, but the dentist had no availability until Monday. Okay, Marco understands the words now. But he still has to make a decision. Let's go back to the phone call. Mr. Rossi. Brenda asked again. Marco took a deep breath. He remembered his English teacher's advice. It is okay to ask for clarification. Sorry, Marco said. Can you explain? The nurse. Practitioner. Can she give me medicine? Antibiotics. Yes, Brenda said, her voice softening slightly. A nurse practitioner is highly qualified. She can diagnose you and write prescriptions, just like the doctor. Marco felt a wave of relief. Okay, he said. I will take the 11 a.m. availability with the nurse, please. Great, Brenda said. 11 a.m. with Nurse Sarah. Please bring your ID and wear a mask. We will see you soon. Thank you, Marco said. Goodbye. Marco put the phone down on his bed. He let out a long breath. He felt exhausted, but he also felt proud. He had done it. He hadn't hung up. He hadn't panicked. When he didn't understand the job title, nurse practitioner, he didn't pretend. He asked a question. He looked at his notebook. He wrote down the time, 11 a.m. He went to the kitchen to make some tea with honey. His throat still hurt, and he still had a fever, but the anxiety was gone. He realized that the monster on the other end of the phone, the scary receptionist, was actually just a person trying to help him find the best time. He had navigated the urgency, explained his symptoms, and found an availability. Marco smiled to himself. The English language was a mountain, and today, he had climbed a little bit higher. Marco learned that the fear of the phone is usually worse than the actual phone call. Preparation is your best weapon. If you write down what you want to say, and if you are not afraid to ask, "Can you explain?" you can handle any situation. The moral of the story is this: do not let the fear of making a mistake stop you from getting the help you need. Now, I have a question for you. I want to see your answers in the comments. Do you prefer to make appointments by phone, or do you prefer to book online to avoid speaking? Why? Let me know below. If you want to improve your listening skills and become confident like Marco, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell. In the next episode, we will join Marco at the clinic as he talks to the nurse. You don't want to miss that. Thank you for listening. Stay healthy, be brave, and I'll see you in the next story.